Hello people! I haven't done this in quite a while. It's been 2 years, is what my YouTube channel tells me. But after the year we've all had, I decided that I at least wanted to do my goals video once a year. I am making this video now because I regret not making this video last year. It would have been so interesting to see what past me, January 2020 me, thought 2020 was gonna be like, and how it turned out. If you hear anything in the background, my entire family is home. Obviously, where else would they be? And we're quite the noisy family, so sorry about that. But like, if I don't do this now, I'm never gonna record this video. Also, if I'm not staring at you properly into the camera lens, but looking away all the time, I'm very out of practice, I'm sorry. Alright, I have quite a lot to catch you up on, and I think I'm gonna start where I left off, which was my resolutions for 2019, and then I'm gonna go through 2020 real quick, and then I'm gonna tell you what my resolutions are for this year. So, I got my bullet journal for 2019 here, and I'm gonna go through my resolutions for 2019 and how those turned out first now. 2019 was a year full of change. The biggest change being that I was no longer a student but was working full-time now, and that also reflects in my goals a lot. My first goal every year is to read 50 books, but 2019 was the first year where I didn't manage to read 50 books or anywhere close to it. I only read 39 books, which is a lot to most people, but in the context of me reading like 70, 60, 50 books the previous years, it really shows how much energy my job cost me. My second goal were my health goals, so I wanted to lose a little bit more weight and I wanted to do much more yoga. I did do more yoga than in previous years, still not as much as I wanted to, but I did okay. My third resolution was to finally finish the Hogwarts painting and hang it up, and as you can see, lo and behold, there is a painting of Hogwarts and it's goddamn giant. However, I did not finish it in 2019. I did, I'd say 80% of the work, 90% of the work in 2019 though, and so I'm going to like count this as done. One goal that I also carry around with me, or have been carrying around with me for a long time, is pick up my French again and study more French and learn this language fluently, which I did do absolutely nothing for in 2019. Still haven't done anything, to be honest. In the beginning of 2019, I also hadn't found a job yet, and so one of my goals for that year was to obviously find a job and then do my budget and be responsible with my money and stuff. And I did do that, and I'm still sticking to it, and I'm very proud of that part. So overall, 2019 was quite a good year. I did manage to do most of my goals, if you ignore the fact that I didn't practice any French and that I didn't read as much as I wanted to, but it was also a very successful year professionally, and it was a good year personally as well, and it ended on a bang, and it was a great year, and I was looking forward so much to 2020. I did want to do a resolutions video, but I didn't get around to it because I spent New Year's in Amsterdam and then I got quite sick with a pharyngitis, and then suddenly half of January was gone and all of this, oh, it's the new year, and all of the resolutions and fresh start energy was just gone. However, I did have resolutions for 2020. I have them in my bullet journal and I stuck to them mostly. So first off, I obviously finished the painting and hung it up, and this project had been a long time in the making. I think I bought the canvas in 2015, and then it had been lying around for 4 years, and then I started painting in 2019, and it took me the entire year. But it is done, and it is beautiful, and I love it. And it's freaking gigantic, and I have no idea where I'm gonna put it when I move, but isn't it pretty? After how 2019 went reading-wise, I was a little bit more cautious with my reading goal and said read between 30 and 50 books, thinking that 30 would be easy. Yeah, it wasn't. I don't know how. I didn't read anything really even though I didn't commute and I had so much more time in 2020 because I was in home office and everything. But I didn't read. Well, I did read. I read 28 books, which is still a lot to a lot of people, I know, but in my book, that is like half of the books I normally read. I did read 30 manga, however, so I'm still counting that goal as achieved because in the end I did read 50-ish things. In 2020 I also wanted to declutter my attic. Well, my attic, it's my parents' attic, but it's my shit on the attic because I want to be prepared for when I eventually move out and I don't want to go through all that stuff up there then. I had started that process in 2019 thinking that I would move in 2020. All the things we planned for and then they never happened because 2020 happened. But in 2020 I did have a lot of time to declutter the attic and I decluttered a lot of things. It is still a work in progress and there is still a lot of stuff up there that I need to go through and decide what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. But if I were going to move next week, I would at least know what boxes to take. Another goal for 2020 was to keep up with all the stuff I had established in 2019. So keep up with the budget, keep up with the saving goals, etc, etc. And I did that. I am apparently good at adulting. Health-wise, I wanted to do 3 Yoga with Adriene 30-day challenges, which I did do, although I have to admit that I do breaks. Like, I do take breaks in between. I don't do 30 days in 30 days. Sometimes I do 30 days in 45 days. Sometimes I do 30 days in 2 months. But I did do all of them. I did do every single video of those. Because sometimes you have to take a break. If your body is telling you to take a break, you have to take a break. I did start over challenges over and over again because at some point I got lazy and didn't do yoga for like 3 days in a row and was like, nah, you lost it there. Gotta start over. Sorry, that's the rules. I feel like I've accomplished it. I've definitely upped my yoga in 2020 compared to 2019, which was already a year where I did more yoga than before. So I feel like there's progress there. Optimistically, I said I still wanted to learn French, which I didn't do anything at all. Nothing. Not even the slightest bit. Didn't even try. And the final goal I had for 2020 is the one that hurts the most and that I would have been most interested to see my perspective on at the beginning of 2020 compared to what actually happened. Because my last goal was to meet with all of my friends. And what I meant by that was go visit my friends up in Lübeck, go visit my friends in Bavaria, go visit my friends in France, and go to Ireland and visit my friends there, and travel to see all of these people. And I did not even manage to meet people who live very close to me. So I did, in the end, meet a lot of my goals for 2020, but I was lucky. I didn't get sick, so I was able to do all of that yoga. I did not lose my job, so I was able to meet my savings goals, etc, etc, etc. If the only goal that I didn't hit this year was meeting my friends, that was because I was being as safe as I was able to be, and as responsible as I was able to be. It was a goal that was supposed to motivate me to make sure that I contact my friends. And in the end, we Skyped a lot, we met on Discord, we played a lot of online games, and I kept in contact with my friends. I did talk to my friends. I didn't give them hugs, and I did meet them in person, but I didn't not connect with them. We are still friends. We kept up the connection, but we did it safely and we did it responsibly. And so I feel like even though I did not actually physically meet my friends, I accomplished what I wanted to set. I accomplished the intention I set with that goal, which was take care of your friendships. And I think I did that. I did manage to make 2020 the best year it had the potential to be. So overall, 2020 didn't go as I planned. I don't think it went as anyone planned. And so many people have made that statement, but it is so very true. Looking at my goals, I did achieve most of them. Somehow I did. So when I set my goals for 2021, I obviously kept COVID in mind. And I obviously kept in mind what I did achieve the previous years and what I didn't achieve in the previous years. As always, I start out with my reading goal, which is just keep reading. please keep reading. Don't stop reading altogether. Read around 30 books, that's fine. Reading as it used to fit into my life doesn't fit into my life anymore. And I'll have to admit that to myself, and I'll have to adjust to that, and I'll have to see whether it's okay. Because right now, I am not mad about it. Like, I'm happy, I'm playing much more video games, I'm spending much more time with my friends. And if reading less books is what that costs, then I'm fine with that. My second goal is a continuation of my goal from 2020 to keep decluttering the attic. I need to get through so much childhood games and toys and stuff. I have also decluttered my wardrobe to a point where I feel like it is at its minimum. Like, I can't get rid of anything more because then I won't have anything to wear. But I want to make sure that in the future, whatever I bring into my wardrobe really fits it and really makes a change. I'm not someone who knows a lot about fashion, but I want my wardrobe to be something that makes me feel good and, if possible at all, makes me look good. And so I just want to make sure that I curate it a little more. Health-wise, I want to do 3 yoga challenges again. I do the challenges from the YouTube channel Yoga with Adrian, and I'm currently halfway through her 2021 challenge, Breath, and I'm loving it so far, and I have done yoga every day in January so far. Another repeat from last year is that I want to keep my adulting stuff going. I want to do my taxes, I want to keep my budget going, I want to adjust my budget, I want to stick to my savings goals, etc, etc. A goal that I haven't quite given up on yet, even though my past record tells me that I should probably give up on, is practicing French and learning French or learning Japanese or other languages. Just practice languages. You love languages and you love communicating in different languages. Why aren't you practicing? I'm not willing to give up on this yet. I just need the right push. And I'm sure it's gonna come at some point. And then the last goal is to stay in contact with my friends. Again, the intention behind this is keep in contact with your friends, be a good friend, remember them, say hi, make sure you keep in contact. Because this is something that I have to consciously do. Because sometimes months just pass and time just gets away from me. And I don't mean that personally in any way. Like, I love my friends, but sometimes I just forget that time is passing. And I need to make a conscious effort to make sure to every now and then say hi. Alright, there you have it. Those were all of my goals for the past 2 years. So see you next year, I guess. I might maybe perhaps edit a video that I shot in 2017 and put that up. But we will see how much I enjoy editing this video. Apart from that, I don't think I'm gonna put up more videos this year. So I'm gonna see you, by the latest, next year, same spot, same time, with my resolutions for 2022. I've entirely forgotten how to end these things. So, bye. Bye-bye. Bye. That's good.